splendid, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quite sort of Rocky Horror Show type things. This wedding of yours, this vampire wedding, what were you wearing for it, Lily?
I wore an ivory lycra and lace dress that had a fitted bodice and a big skirt.
And white makeup and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, the blood red lips and the nails and...
And Justin, you were dressed pretty much like that?
Yes, with the makeup on as well.
I think the person who got the biggest shock was either your mother or the vicar. Which one?
The vicar.
Yeah, definitely the vicar, especially when I walked in, because a few days before we'd gone for the practice, and then when I walked in with my red line cape and the frock coat and everything and the makeup, it's a bit shocked when I walked through.
There were actually comments about whether the service would actually go ahead, because this is a very small village where I used to live, and he wasn't actually sure if he could cope with it. But it happened.
And you had 2 wedding cakes?
2.
Yeah.
Your standard, nice, pretty wedding cake, and an hour cake.
A what cake?
Hour cake.
What was it like?
It was a sponge cake, because I don't eat fruit cake. And it had black icing on it. And my husband's band is called 13 Candles, and it had 13 silver candles on it.
Cool. Now you've got a little sort of Dracula baby.
Yes, a miniature.
And he's how many months old?
7.
7 months old. You dress him almost entirely in black.
Yeah.
And we've got a picture of him. Oh, look. And and just tell us what your little Dracula baby's names are.
His full name...
This man says Damien.
I have a friend called Damien, and he is.
What are his names?
His full name is Gareth Valen Lestat Dracul.
Lestat comes from Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah.
Gareth is...
Labyrinth,
Right.
David Bowie, and Valen, oh, he just quite fancied it.
Describe the decor at your pad.
Covered in mock tombstones, skulls, a couple of them are real.
Ugh. And bats.
Yeah, plenty of bats.
Inflatable bats.
Inflatable bats, plastic ones on string.
Yes.
Yeah.
And rats.
Yep.
Not
got 3.
inflatable rats, real
No,
rats.
No, real ones.
Got
Real
3
rats. The rats are called?
Wednesday, Fester and Lugosi.
You like rats, why?
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, cute little things.
Oh,
They-
lovely.
they
They're
bite
very
people,
loving
right?
animals.
They bite you. They bit you only the other day.
Yes. Lugo bit me the other day, but he won't do it again.
They've never
I
bit
bit
me.
him back.
They normally sit on my shoulder.
Just tell me how your next door neighbours have reacted to your tombstone and bat decor.
Well,
We've had crosses. They've put crosses on the front door and the gate. And one day we had a pint of tomato juice outside our door.
obviously to signify blood.
Dr. Wilson, you don't want to help me out here, do you?
Well, the kids are pretty tough. They will be desensitised to all this. I doubt whether the
No, he
child will be
Oh,
greatly
you will.
Well,
horrified.
little Gareth Lestat Valens Dracul, aged 7 months, dressed in black, in this house with rats, tombstones.
Yes, it may not be an ideal environment, but then...
Question from that lady over there.
I don't disagree with the fact that you actually bring your child up to know something different about life as to what everyone terms as normal in this day of life. But don't you think that you ought to prepare him for what his friends are going to say and what people are going to say? And, you know, how is he going to live?
All the kids in the village we live in think it's great.
Personally, I really believe that something fundamental must be missing in your life.
Like
For you
what?
to lead this sort of lifestyle.
No.
I don't know, the basic ingredients that makes up a normal lifestyle. Something's missing.
What is missing? What's missing out of our life so that we need to have fun like
When
this?
you come home at night, what do you do to relax? I mean, you must have a hobby or sport, read.
Yes, a normal hobby.
There's nothing
This
wrong
is
with
a
it.
weird hobby like
This is
that.
only...
What do you class as normal? Just because,
Well, I
I mean,
certainly
like...
don't class that
Just
as normal.
because
I mean,
I
it's a
don't
myth,
sit down
isn't
at
it?
night and do my
Why live your
karma,
life
it
around a
doesn't mean
myth?
I'm weird.
Lady over there. Lady over
Actually,
there,
I
thank
want
you.
to say I do cross-stitching on a regular basis.
Question from the lady there.
Can I ask how old you both are?
I'm 24.
I'm 18.
Well, I think it's just a game that you're going through and you'll grow out of it.
I'm 18.
Gentleman over here.
What I'd say is it's really ridiculous. I think you should all grow up and get a life.
I am grown up, thank you.
At least I'm not boring.
And at least we can actually walk down the street and look different instead of going around in our naff trousers and our shirts that have cost £40.
I have to say
My
that for you.
clothes are very expensive because they don't look like yours.
I'd just like to say there's a difference between looking different and looking weird.
Yes! All right, we've got to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll meet someone who avoids garlic, sleeps in a coffin, and drinks blood. Find out more after the break. Don't go away. She's immortal. She enjoys relaxing in her coffin with a nice cup of warm blood. In fact, she says she is a real vampire. She's kindly braving the daylight for us today, so let's welcome Leslie. Leslie.
Hello.
Are you having us on or what?
No, not at all.
You don't really think you're a vampire?
I know I'm a vampire.
How do you know you're a vampire?
Well, my definition of a vampire is a person who drinks blood, and I drink blood. Therefore, I am a vampire.
When did you first drink blood and why?
When I was about 17, and I found it a really erotic experience. And
yeah, but you don't just find yourself drinking blood. It's not like someone says you want a tea, a coffee, a diet coke or some blood, is it? How do you end up drinking blood and finding it any sort of experience?
Only from people, obviously, that I'd know very well. I mean, like, you wouldn't like any old dirty neck, or like, no, it's got to be like, you know, someone select, obviously.
But, you know, there may be a neck, but you don't necessarily decide to drink blood out of it. What happened to make you decide to do it the very first time?
Well, I did this sort of ritual with my boyfriend when I was 17, and we had to drink blood and eat raw meat. And to me, raw meat is far more repulsive than blood. I'm a vegetarian. And like, the thought of eating a beef burger just makes me think, ooh! But like blood, no problem at all.
Does it taste a bit like tomato juice?
No, it's like copper filings. It's quite nice, actually. You should try it.
Don't you think it would be a lot easier just to take iron tablets?
If I were anemic, I would do. I'm not anemic. I do it for enjoyment, not for nourishment.
You know, personally, I think you're all living in a fantasy world. You should wake up and live in a reality, because that is what we're living in today.
Well, I'm boring like you. If I look like you, I think I'd just have to go and kill myself. Look at you. You would get lost in a crowd of one.
But hang on, Leslie. Wait a minute. You said... Wait, hang on.
I'm not insulting you personally.
Leslie.
I'm saying you're all living in a fantasy world, which is a fact.
Leslie, you said, if I looked like you, I'd have to go and kill myself, but I thought you were supposed to be immortal.
No, I'd impale myself on a stake.
Your definition of a vampire is someone who drinks blood. Surely there's more to it than that.
This is my definition of a vampire.
Yes,
What's your definition of a vampire?
No, I'm asking you. What is the real definition? I mean, it's surely more than just drinking blood, isn't there? There's a lot more to it than that. If you really believe you are a vampire, do you sleep during the day? Do you walk about at night?
If I
do you
can.
attack people at night? Or?
No, the blood is always freely given. I wouldn't attack any sort of like plebeian person. It has to be somebody like that I liked, obviously. My definition of vampire is someone who drinks blood.
But you say, don't you, Leslie, that you're allergic to the daylight? It brings you out in hives or impetigo or something?
Well, my parents live in Spain. I think they emigrated to avoid me, to be quite honest. I've not been able to go and see them. No, I don't like the sun at all.
Dr. Wilson, I still can't work out whether Leslie really thinks she's a vampire, whether she's pretending she is, whether she's completely deluded. But you're the expert. What's happening with Leslie?